Honestly, it's pretty confusing trying to figure out how to get all of the power crystals in Roboquest. So in this video, I plan on making this process as easy as possible for you and simple. I'll provide all of the information you need to get all the power crystals in this one video. I'll also be providing a map that I found online, but I did make some alterations to include the secret locations that you do need to go to, as well as a direct link to the map so you could view it whenever you want to make life easier for you. So we'll be starting with the easiest one, which is the purple power crystal. To get the purple power crystal, what you have to do is go to the yellow zone in the ruins map. The gate that you need to get to will be locked by a laser trap that you have to activate by switching 4 red buttons to green. There are a total of 4 switches, so just try to go to where I am at in this footage, and the last switch is in the tunnel. These 4 locations are the same for everybody, so be sure to loot the dead robot body on the floor and the chest. Grab the old sewer key as well. And then whenever you come back to this area in the future, the dead robot body will give you a free level up, and then this area will lead you to the scrapyard. So once you're in the scrapyard, all you have to do is complete the zone and fight the final boss in the area, which is called Gang of Elites, which is just a bunch of elites that are kind of easy to kill. You do have to be careful because if you're caught off guard, they can definitely kill you. So once you kill them, a door will open up with a purple power crystal. You just interact with it, and that's our first power crystal. So by this point, if you feel like you're struggling a little too much, feel free to lower down the difficulty to the game down to discovery if you have to. That's what I did for this footage, just to make life a little bit more easier. You don't have to. If you want a challenge, that's completely fine too. But keep in mind, these next power crystals do get harder. At this point, you'll be taken to the fields, which is an area you need to be for a key to unlock the quarry. Once you get to the safe zone in the fields, you want to use the fields key, and then you want to grab the quarry key. And at this point, you could either continue the run if you want to, or you could just restart the run to get to where we need to go for the red power crystal. Before we proceed with the next step, you need to know that if you're not using any gadgets like I am in this footage, you'll need to rocket jump. And in order to rocket jump, you'll need something that provides an explosive. It could be the mines, it could be rocket launchers. All you have to do is cause an explosion beneath you and then jump as the explosion happens, and it will propel you higher and further. So keep this in mind before you attempt this next step. So now once you have the quarry key, you want to go start a new run. Get through the first zone canyon, and once you're in the safe zone, head to the quarry door. You'll have the key now, so you can unlock the door. But before you go through the door, there's the key. There's a numerical code to the left of it on a sign. You want to memorize this code, write it down somewhere. This code is different for everybody. The code I have in this footage is going to be different from yours. Once you get into the quarry, you want to look around for a yellow zone. It'll have a locked door that requires a passcode. You want to enter the passcode that you found earlier next to the quarry door. Feel free to detonate the TNT for free XP. You could do this every time you're in the area. Grab the shovel, and there's a data log underneath. So now you'll need to do the rocket jump I was mentioning earlier. It may take a few attempts, but once you successfully do the rocket jump, you'll get to the area called the pit. Once you get through the area, you'll get to a safe zone with the red cinema ticket. You'll also find a boss called El Mosquito, and you'll have to defeat him. Once you defeat him, a purple door will open with the red power crystal in it. Just interact with it, and now you have your second power crystal. Next up, we have the blue power crystal, which essentially requires speedrunning. So what you want to do is start a new run and speed run your way through Canyon and Oasis. Once you get to the Oasis safe zone, if you're quick enough, you will have unlocked the rift area, which is normally locked if you aren't quick enough. Once you go through the doors to get into the rift, you'll have some time to prepare yourself. But once you open the main doors, the timer starts. As this is a timed area, you have to get through before the timer runs out. And what you need to do is grab the orange orbs as they'll give you a huge speed boost. Try your best not to get stuck, as it could really slow you down and potentially ruin your attempt. If you're really struggling with this, then you could also try to find upgrades for your class that increases movement speed. But it's okay if this does take a few attempts. Once you unlock the rift area, it stays unlocked permanently. If you defuse the bomb in time, you will have access to the blue power crystal and you'll be able to claim it. At this point, you'll need to start upgrading your workshop and start investing into things that could increase your power cells. The first thing you'll get access to is the power cell bank, which allows you to start each run with more power cells. And this upgrade will help you get the fusion core key, which is a key we'll need for the yellow power crystal, which you'll have access to after you get the blue power crystal in the fields, but you probably won't have enough power cells. We can pick this up while we are going for the green power crystal, which is the next one we're going to now. If you're enjoying the video so far, be sure to drop a like and subscribe if you want to see more content like this in the future. For the green power crystal, you have to get to the aqua station, which is also access for the yellow power crystal, but there's no way to get both in the same run. Once you get into the aqua station, do not go through the next zone. Instead, you'll see an area like this. You'll have to do some platforming and you'll unlock the door to the waste station. In the safe zone for this area, you could pick up the green cinema ticket and take any upgrades you may need. Make sure you're on full health because this next area is going to be a little bit more challenging than the previous. It's another timed area, but this time there's some enemies shooting you and trying to hack you. When they hack you, they could either freeze you or they could reverse your movement, making it a lot harder to navigate, slowing you down significantly. I suggest you to avoid combat if you can and absolutely stay away from the purple enemies and the events that shoot out ice, because if you're frozen, you're stuck and there's no way to get out of that for at least a second or two. At the very end of this area, you'll encounter a bomb you have to defuse, which takes 4 seconds. So make sure you're giving yourself enough time to also defuse the bomb. And once you successfully defuse the bomb, you'll see a purple door open with the green power crystal inside for you to claim. At this point, you could restart the run to get to the aqua station again so we can start going for the yellow power crystal. But if you do not have the fusion core key yet, you might have to go out your own way to restart a run just to get the key. But I have seen it in the fields. Also at the rift, if you look at the footage for the blue power crystal, you can see me looking at it. Once you have the fusion core key, we can start going for the yellow power crystal, which we need to get back to the aqua station so we can get to fusion core. With the fusion core key, go to aqua station, unlock this door, and now you're on your path to getting into fusion core. You'll know you're at the right place when you see a bunch of green acid on the ground. Be really careful to not step into it because you will take damage if you do. So just get through it the best you can with platforming. It's a straightforward path to the boss called Dude Nuker, a reference to Duke Nukem. Once you defeat him, you'll unlock access to the yellow power crystal, which at this point is our 5th power crystal. Now we have 1 left, which is probably the most tedious due to the fact that you have to have 25 power cells to unlock the door. To make this a lot more easier, go to your workshop and again invest into power cell bank level 2, and you should also now have max recycling, which will also give you more power cells for each run. Which brings us to the teal power crystal, which is the last one we need. You'll have to go to the fields in order to access Doom Garden, but before you could access Doom Garden, there is a door that requires 25 power cells. If you take the upgrades from the workshop and save every power cell you come across, you'll have enough. Just don't buy any upgrades or weapons with your power cells until you unlock this door. Doom Gardens is another timed area that you have to speed through. And to me, it's the hardest one because there's these tiny robots that will explode and do a lot of damage to you. To counteract this, what you could do is try your best to run past them. Do not engage in any combat until you see these green flying robots. They drop a lot of health orbs. They also drop a yellow orb that gives you more time on your timer. So what you should do is always constantly be moving, and if you successfully get through everything, you'll get to the teal power crystal. Also be sure to grab the tech lab key before you exit the run or continue to the next area. Considering the fact that I was stopping a lot and recording gameplay as well, this only took me 2.3 hours to complete on a new account. Using the map I showed you throughout the video definitely helps out a lot more than you may think, because if you don't have a map, it's really hard to visualize where you have to go, and you're going to be constantly stopping even more, slowing yourself down even more. If you found this video helpful, then let me know down in the comment section below. Also, be sure to drop a like. Help this video get to other people who are also struggling with these power crystals. With that being said, I will see you in the next video. Peace.